Hello, everybody. This is Noah Ponzo on the Heiser Franchise YouTube channel once again. Once again, back in the same setting as before. Let's talk about the important stuff, though. So today, we're once again going over Discmania's problems, part 2. This time, it's all about the simple stuff. We have brand identity. This time, it's all about brand identity. So last time, we talked about the Cloudbreaker and the DD3 and how they need to stop. They need to stop while they're still ahead. Because right now, it is not going well. And these videos are being recorded before the Cloudbreaker Horizon Sea Line Cloudbreaker comes out, so we will not know the full financial / commercial impact of these discs until later. But what we do know, what do we do know? So recently, Discmania put out a video talking about the changes to their brand. And what did they say? The first thing was one of the first things they talked about was getting rid of the active line. Which, on paper, not the worst decision. House of Disc probably did not like having the ability to have the active line manufactured in-house. That is probably very true. That is probably very true. And so because of that, I can't disagree with them in that regard. Cannot disagree with them at all in that regard. Here's problem number 2, though. So we have problem number 1 is Discmania active line. Who cares? I mean, there are some good discs in there, and certainly there were some discs that replaced original line discs back in the day with the active line. And there's definitely some good ones. We're not going to discount the active line in this case. It is not a bad disc. It's just made by Chinese companies, which is the reason why people kind of hated it. But that is not the reason why we're here. Talking about the Evolution and the Originals line. The Evolution line was created for a lot of reasons. But what did they say? Let's see. First thing they said was, we are going to make the Evolution line now a beginners only line. Or a beginners only line. Making the Originals line more a premium / super duper professional line. Cool. Okay. So first problem with this. There are discs in the Evolution line that are not designed for beginners at all. At all. And so because of that, I was like, this is dumb. I'm sorry. This is dumb. Let me explain. There is nothing wrong with wanting to make the Evolution line a beginner line. But what you should not do is what I'm about to talk about. Which is that this man in the video, I don't remember his name. I think he's in Montgomery. I think he's Colin Montgomery's brother. This man decided in the video to say that they cannot make a C-line tactic because it's in the Evolution line and not in the Originals line. I was like, dude, I'm thinking, are you serious? Did you not see the mystery box? The mystery box came with, wait for it, a Flex 1 C-line mist tactic. That is, wait for it, an Originals line plastic on a tactic. So don't tell me you cannot bring back the tactic. I'm going to say it right here, right now. That is one of the most dumbest decisions. Not even so much dumbest decisions, just dumbest statements in the history of disc golf from a corporate perspective. There are dumber ones, without a doubt. But that's got to be up there with some of the dumbest. Because they're like, oh, well, we want to make a Horizon Instinct and a Horizon Enigma. And we want some of the other stuff. We don't want to make the Mutant anymore. Okay, fine. You don't want to make the Mutant. That's kind of a luxury disc. Not going to hate that decision. Not going to love it. Not going to hate it. That one doesn't really bother me. They're like, but we want to make the splice in FD4. That's fine. But here's the thing. Why was the evolution line created in the first place? I'll tell you right now, the evolution line in the first place was created to get extra discs in Discmania's lineup that were not covered by the originals line, and to go away from all naming conventions altogether. The great thing about the evolution line, and something that should be kept, is the fact that the evolution line does not have stupid naming conventions. They're just names. Literally, they're just names. I can't tell you why the spore is called the spore. I can tell you why the mutant is called the mutant. But otherwise, the rest of them are just kind of like, whatever, who cares? It was just like, who cares? So, because of that, they're like, well, we want to make the move the FD1 to the FD2, so then the instinct becomes the FD1. I'm like, you guys are just completely contradicting yourself. Here's the thing. The name of this video is going to be called Discmania is pigeonholing itself with its naming conventions. That's the name of this video. That's what it's going to be called. And here's why. If you wanted to make a C-line instinct, or an S-line instinct, or a Horizon instinct, or whatever other plastic names you come up with for the original line later on, you could have done it already. You could have done it. You really could have done it. So I'm going to call BS on this. You didn't have to make the evolution. You could have kept the evolution line. Heck, you could have called it the instinct and now it's part of the originals line. So then you could have the FD2 be something different. Yeah, you could have. So here's the thing. Here's the thing about the FD2. It right now doesn't exist, but let's just say it does. You want to make the instinct FD2, fine. But it's a dumb decision. Because here's the thing. The whole point of the evolution line was to get away from naming conventions and just make good discs. That was it. And now you want to pigeonhole yourself into naming conventions. Because here's the thing. The naming conventions for Discmania are kind of dumb. If they wanted to make the DD, the DD1, the DD2, the DD3, the DD4, the DD5, the DD6, the DD7, and they were all different discs, and maybe some of them are more stable than the others. Like, Prodigy is having the same problem with its naming conventions. And the fact that they shouldn't have made the naming conventions the way they did. Which is that in Prodigy's case, it's the most overstable is 1, and the least understable is whatever number's at the end. Whether that's 5, 7, or 9, whatever it is, that's what it is. So because of that, I'll say it this way. In Discmania's naming convention is the opposite. So 0, 1, 2, as the numbers get bigger, they get more overstable. At least that's the goal. I'm telling you right now, Discmania is stupid for this decision. Because, and the reason why I say they're stupid is because if you want to have a naming convention, fine. It's cool. There are so many good naming conventions out there to pick from. And heck, if you want to do the letter number route, you still could. But you don't need to do it the way you're doing it right now. That's how I'll phrase it. You don't need to do it the way you're doing it right now. If you wanted to make a disc, if you wanted to put the instinct in the evolution line, or the originals line, you could have. But what you didn't need to do is say that it's different. That somehow, because it can't be, because it's in the evolution line doesn't mean it can't be made in C line. Because you just did it for the mystery box. You're like, why would a C line tactic? Dude, you could have had a C line tactic. It's not that hard. Because wait for it, they're all made in the same factory. Mind. I'm sorry. This is one of the dumbest decisions in the history of Discmania. And this one is inexcusable. Because I think people like me and you, people that are not hardcore Discmania fans, will see this as a dumb decision. People that are, well, I'm sure they'll think it's a cool decision. I'm sure they'll buy all those FD2s that are now Instincts. Instincts now become FD2. Cool. Not a bad move but a lot of us see straight through the BS. And the BS is that no one cares about your naming convention. Literally, no one cares. And I know I talked about that with the Disc Golf Network and stuff, but literally no one cares. Sorry. Literally no one cares. And so, because of that, just make great discs. Don't care about the name. Don't care about what line it's in. Don't care what plastic it's in. Just make good discs. And keep innovating. Keep trying out new plastics. Because in the next video, I got something that not a lot of people are going to talk about. So, because that one's important. But keep making new plastics. Keep innovating. Keep trying new things. Keep making new discs. And don't care about the naming convention. Don't care that an FD2 is not as overstable as an FD1 or an FD3. Don't worry about it. And don't worry that the tactic can't be made in S line because, it's an evolution line disc. Don't worry about it. Literally, do not worry about it. Just make it in whatever plastic you want and make it as good as possible. That's what my advice is for Discmania in this situation. I don't mind the idea of making an S-line tactic or a C-line tactic. You're not wrong in saying you shouldn't do that. Where you are wrong is the fact that somehow you need to change your naming convention because somehow it has to fit your naming convention. It doesn't. The whole point of the evolution line in the Crater Series disc, at least the Cloudbreaker, the Vanguard, the Rainmaker, the Tilt, and it's probably what I'm missing. But those discs are meant to be for the people. It's meant to just be fun. Be whatever you want. So because of that, Discmania, here's my solution to your problem. Just make good discs. Who cares what line they're in? Who cares if and honestly, here's something a Discmania player is gonna have to tell me. What is the difference, seriously, between Neo and S-Line? Other than the name difference and the stamp difference. If you can tell me what the difference is, legitimately, if you can tell me what the difference is, I will be impressed. Because I felt both. And there's not that much difference to the average person. I can tell you what the differences are. But I'm not going to tell you what they are. That's for you in the comment section. If you want to respond to me, that's for you in the comment section. That is for you in the comment section. And so because of that, I will fix this. And I will give you an opportunity to try to get me. You can get me in the comment section, great. If you can't, well, sorry. Can you tell me what the difference was? Because there is no difference. Or there's a small, minute difference. So, challenge in the comment section. Tell me what the difference between Discmania Neo and Discmania S line is. Heck, if you want to say that Lux Vapor is different than Discmania, if you want to tell me that Lux Vapor is different than S line, is closer to S line than Neo is, I'll let you have that too. I'll let you have all of it. You want to tell me Forge or Meta is closer to S line than Neo or Lux Vapor is? Cool. I'll let you decide how you want to respond to me. If you can tell me what the difference between S line is and Neo, Lux, or Forge/Meta are, you can tell me what the difference between those are, and tell me that they're not similar, if not the exact same S line. Then I think my point's made. So, long story short, Discmania, you're saying this is a critique. Just make this in whatever line you want, however cool you want to make it. That's my solution. Don't worry about naming conventions. Don't worry about any of that. Just make good discs. Okay? That's how simple this is. I gotta go. I'll talk to y'all later. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And y'all have a great day. And I'll see y'all in part 3 of this series, which is about something even a little bit crazier than the first 2 videos. Because the third one affects all of House of Discs. And I will tell you right now, Discmania, I'll just leave a teaser like this. Discmania does not need a royal line. That's my teaser. See y'all in the next video. I'm out.